Trigonophobia by Paul Victor Timms. Read by the author. So here I am, staring down the hypotenuse of a loaded triangle, wondering what's going to kill me first, the fear or Pythagoras' last theorem. Back up. Let me tell you about triangles. Let me warn you, while I still can see, triangles are doorways, holes in reality to the place we don't talk about. Sure, not all triangles all the time, but any triangle. Just write the right equation along the hypotenuse, let a single drop of human blood fall into the rank constricted space between the three sides. Then wait. If something's listening on the other side, and something usually is, the gate will open and something will come and take you away. You've got to feel sorry for Pythagoras. He was the ultimate rationalist. He hated infinity, loathed the very concept of it. Then, one day, he turned his attention to fucking triangles, tried to master the little corner of infinity they hold, and it went well at first. His first theory, the one about finding the hypotenuse, was great. It was safe. It was rational. Then he came up with his last theorem, the one that proved the space inside those three walls is infinite. He only created it to disprove it, to vanquish the infinite, but then he wrote it down and got a paper cut, and the rest, as they say, is history. Poor Pythagoras, the first man to die by triangle. Not the last, never the last. So long as the last theorem exists, there will always be more casualties. The triangle daubed on my office door is loaded. The equation that describes the theorem is printed on it, barely legible but humming with power. And I'm bleeding. The fear's making my heart pump fast, too fast. I'll bleed to death if I stay here. If I reach the door, or for the door, my blood goes in the loaded triangle and it goes off. So, fear-induced bleed out or Pythagoras, how do I want to die? Do I get a choice, or will some vile chance decide for me? All this because of a single line of maths I scribbled in a notebook 2 years ago. But why should that surprise me? This is all about maths after all. If Pythagoras' last theorem proves the space inside a triangle is infinite, why shouldn't it be neutralized by an equation that proves that it isn't? The cult of the three-sided one believes that's the case. They don't want the news getting out. They don't want people to know they can count one line of maths against another. To counter one line of maths against another. So, they came in the night. With me asleep at my desk, they beat me and cut me and they daubed their foul shape on my door. Now, how did they find out about my equation? It's not like I work for some prestigious institution. With my tawdry degree from a former polytechnic, the foundation for shape management and neutralization wouldn't look twice at me. The only job I could find is here at Bridgestein College, teaching first-year geometric safety to bored teenagers with their earphones in. I'm a nobody. I'm a glorified sixth form tutor. It's not fair. The only person I ever told about my theory was... oh, I'm an idiot. Never tell family anything. It's even in the classes I teach. Never assume that the cult hasn't got their claws into someone just because they're your mother or your father or your sister or your brother. It's the third rule. Right after straight lines are the enemy, never use a ruler unless you absolutely have to, and beware borrowed calculators, you never know who's tampered with them. Like I said, I'm an idiot, a dead idiot, an idiot who's about to get ripped to pieces by something made of shards that don't connect up the way limbs are supposed to, something that looks like fragmentary distortions in the air until it grabs you, then it looks like... well, nobody knows. But everyone screams before it drags them to the place we don't talk about, so we know it's nothing good. Sometimes, people's eyes bleed. Not only am I an idiot for talking to my brother about my equation, I'm an idiot because I could save myself if I just had a fucking pen on me. If I had something to write with, I could use my equation to cancel Pythagoras' last theorem, open the door, and bolt for the nearest hospital. But do I have a pen? Do I bollocks? My blood's dripping onto the floor. If I don't make up my mind soon, fate will make the decision for me. I'll bleed to death. The triangle's drawn in such a way that the handle is inside its space. I can't touch it without activating the shape. Well, bleeding out is better than getting yanked to some universe on the other side of the infinite where the physics don't make sense, and things older than our febrile conception of time wait to torture mortals with the mere sight of their true heinous forms. And still my blood is dripping, making silly, meaningless patterns on the once fine wooden floor of my office, little red symbols that don't mean a thing. And I realise I can live. It strikes me like a hammer making an anvil ring. I don't have a pen, but I can still write. I'll try it. Wish me luck. I'm sidling up to the door. I'm woozy, dizzy, barely able to walk straight, but I can still write one line of maths. With the blood that's pooled on the end of my finger, I cross out Pythagoras' last theorem and substitute my equation, holding my breath. I am hoping, that I can keep all my blood outside the triangle until the equation is complete. There, it's done, and not a drop of my viscera has dribbled into the triangle. It should be safe now. I should be able to touch the door handle. Even if I get blood on it, it shouldn't matter now. If my equation works, the triangle should be just another harmless shape, like a square or a circle. I'm reaching out, I'm turning the handle, the door's open, I'm through, I'm going to live, I can get to the hospital. No. No, wait, it's not right. I'm staring at the wall opposite my now open door, and there's a shape on it. A shape and an equation. It's not Pythagoras' last theorem this time. It's the equation they call Fermat's despair. And it's not a triangle. Nothing so tame. Nothing that needs blood to activate it. Who would risk painting it? Who put it there? Not the cult, that's for sure. They're not that crazy. Who did I aggravate? Whose attention have I caught? But there's no time to think about it now, no time left for anything. Something on the other side scents me, and hands reach out for me, horribly humanoid hands, but with each finger growing another hand, whose fingers grow more hands, whose fingers grow more, and so on, and I'm facing a horrible, grasping forest. I can't escape. I'm caught, and now I wish I'd just let the triangle get me, because now I'm being dragged into that final horrible shape on the wall opposite my door, that vile, evil form of 4 wretched sides. Now I'm condemned to a slow death or worse, on the other side of the rhombus. The end.